Welcome back to the Sanctuary, Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, and our trip down memory lane. Kruznik X here. We're still working our way through. Just to give you a quick recap of the rules of my trip down memory lane. First and foremost, I'm only doing new characters up to the Gridanian Uldan and Limson envoy quests. I'm going to be using duty support for all instances except for alliance raids and normal raids. And I will be playing, after these last 3 episodes, I will be playing as Chris Valentine, my main, on New Game Plus. However, I will be running each expansion as the job that was portrayed heavily in the promos for each expansion. At this point, I'm pretty sure you know the gist of this already, but just to remind y'all, A Realm Reborn I will be running as Warrior, Heaven's Ward I will be running as Dragoon, Monk for the Alamegan parts of A Realm of Stormblood, and Samurai for the Doman parts. Dark Knight for the Shadowbringers, and Paladin for Endwalker. So, side by side, I haven't brought up the video just yet. There we are. So, where we left off. This episode, we are going to be doing episode 4A. And of course, we are doing this as Chris Valentino. We're just, God, the pixelation is just terrible. I apologize for my crappy quality on this. It just so grinds my gears. Alright, we're gonna take a... Alright, we're up and about. Let us boogie. First, we'll go through the Heavy Oaken Door, and we'll skip a whole bunch of stuff in the video because for the most part, we tried to get an outfit going. But let's get right down to it with the next quest, A Royal Reception. This is it, Chris. Your big debut in Uldan High Society. The banquet is being held in the Fragrant Chamber. Head over to the Royal Promenade, and Bartholomew will show you in. Oh, but be sure to put on your earrings first or they'll send you packing. Right, well, I reckon that's everything. Try not to let all the pomp and ceremony get to you. Just be yourself, and you'll be fine. Cool. I've already put on the voice of the just, so we're gonna head to the Hustings Strip. Whereas I took the Aetheryte last time. And I lost my sprint. Look at everyone over here. A lot of new players coming in and out. All right. A banquet hosted by Her Grace the Sultana is due to begin shortly. Attendance is by invitation only. Please make way for arriving guests. We are honored to receive you, my lord. Please proceed inside. And this time I'm just gonna set the auto the text auto advance, because then I can actually observe the cutscene from here. There's Papa Shan.
All hail the Sultana. Your Grace.
Reborn. By right of the Royal House of All, I, Nanamo, 17th of my line, have summoned you here. We are graced this day by the presence of a hero to Ul'dah and dear friend to the crown. Honored guests, I give you our champion.
I honestly did not really like the voice for Nanamo. I almost said Namine, and I'm like, wait, I'm not playing Kingdom Hearts.
Not to spoil your appetite, but Ul'dah is hardly so bountiful as this meal would have you believe. While we gorge ourselves, children starve in the streets. Nor can her grace do aught to help them. She is thwarted at every turn by those on the Syndicate who derive their wealth from the workers' poverty. Beneath her mask of stately serenity, she is aghast at the plight of her subjects. But there will be no hope for the masses until the crown is restored to power. I am truly grateful for all you have done for Ul'dah.
Oh, thank you.
So much more to do. That light, what is it? So bright, almost like by the 12. Tell me true, have you been troubled by strange
Okay, maybe auto advances.
visions of the crystal? Mayhap you put them down to an excess of ether? Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Allow me to explain. Before you came to Eorzea, there were others like you who fought the Primals. Though they were not of this land, when the Garlean Empire threatened the realm, they helped bring together the three grand companies. And they stood with us at Cartano, that fateful day 5 years ago. The day we lost them. None who survived have forgotten the hero's sacrifice, nor would any man deny they fought alongside us. But the names of these heroes come not.
At least I can
from
still
this.
see the text, right?
Once familiar
At least these
pages of their
cutscenes
stories
haven't really
are
changed
now
too
dramatic to
much.
us. And in our mind's eye, their faces are naught but silhouettes amid a blinding glare. It is for this reason that we have come to call them the Warriors of Light. When I look at you, I cannot help but think of them, and of what you might achieve. You must protect that crystal at all costs. It is a gift from Hydaelyn, Mother of All, and one she gave to you for a reason. Yours is no ordinary tale. If I am right, the fate of the realm may yet hang upon your deeds. Only heroes and martyrs are fit to bear such a burden. Let us pray you are the former.
And now for a flashback courtesy of the Echo. I remember this all too well. Oh, that took a little longer.
Flames to the fore!
Or maybe it's just because
belongs to the bold. Show those Imperial whore sons what we're made of!
The left flank buckles. Divert the barracudas. Bid them hold that position, though it cost them their lives.
The yellow serpents are in need of succor. Pray, send the white wolves to their aid. The adventurers risk life and limb for our cause. We must not fail them.
Is aught amiss?
No, it is nothing.
Bloody hells! The barrier won't go down so easily! Eyes forward!
And of
We
course.
are being watched.
And now for Metal Gear Solid.
Raging Bull, calling Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn, respond! Respond, damn you!
Raging Bull, this is Mad Snake. Respond.
Ryder, this is Raging Bull. What news?
We're surrounded by a blaze. There is no way out. Gods preserve, what is that thing?
What's going on? Speak to me!
Gods damn it! We cannot hold much longer.
Mad Snake! Mad Snake! Answer me!
And of course I had to bust Raubon's balls like that.
Damn it! Damn it all to the seventh hell!
What of the barracudas? Can they not be reached?
Sorry, Admiral. Shell's not working.
What of our own?
I cannot say, my lady. That monstrosity appears to be disrupting our communications.
We must keep trying. Call till they respond.
Yes, my lady.
Admiral, General, we can do no more. We must give the order to withdraw.
I will not forsake Louis Soir.
General, please. Victory may belong to the bold, but there will be no victor this day. You know this to be true. Let us not sacrifice lives in vain. The adventurers fight bravely, but to no avail. Let them withdraw, and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
Belay previous orders. All Maelstrom units are commanded to fall back, effective immediately. Give the foreign levy priority. Let the main host cover their retreat and bring up the rear.
Damn it! Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link cells are useless. You still have a working pair of legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody half-wit!
So far, not a lot of lines have changed in cutscenes. It's just the ones.
The outcome of this battle was long since decided. Better to retreat now than risk a massacre. This dark, stifling presence. Who or what? We go to take our place beside Archon Louisoix. To your positions.
Kasbamul, Sogini Muese Donzul. Logalo, Asawad Deken Bet Mubut. Imarat Way. Kiskat Toga Hats Wadadons.
I'm still.
Seasonigem. Feastun the only Lamrai Sadai Dawn.
Yeah, I still was never sure of what. I just tried to make up my own ancient language as we went along, but then they released Shadowbringers. Anyway, how you feeling, Chris? They said you fainted in the middle of one of the general stories. I had to have you carried back to the Hourglass. I reckon you made quite an impression on your fellow guest, though probably not the sort you intended. You sure you're getting enough rest, Chris? The life of an adventurer can be pretty taxing. Any road, I'm glad to see you're back to normal. No offense, but looking after you is getting a bit tiresome. Oh, before I forget, the General left a message for you. Said that when you're feeling up to it, you should come and see him at the Hall of Flames. Probably wants to finish the story he was telling you when you fell asleep. Oh, come on, Momodi, give me some credit. Alright. Back into my venturing gear. With just an earring. Alright, we're at the Hall of Flames. Now I get to do my Raubon voice for some reason, or at least my Arome Reborn one. I've been waiting for you, Chris. I trust you are fully recovered. Good, because there is much work to be done. Work that I would have you do. Listen well, Chris. This will take some time to explain. I prepared these letters for my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. "5 years ago, we looked on, powerless, as our brothers and sisters were taken from us in Cardano. First by the Garleans, and then by that thrice-damned primal called forth by their treachery. Not a day goes by that I do not think of my fallen comrades. And the warriors of light, to whom no trace remained. The tragedies of the calamity are not so easily forgotten, nor should they be. In remembering all we've lost, we're reminded of what we still have. So I mean to mark the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Cardano with a memorial service, honoring the fallen. It is my hope that my counterparts in the Alliance will agree to do the same. And I would have you bear my words to them as my personal envoy. Why you? Because your deeds mark you out as the nearest thing I have to a warrior of light. I can think of none more worthy of the role. The question is, Will you accept it? Then it is agreed. You will journey to Gridania and Limsa Lominsa as my official representative. Now, that's a great many malms to travel, but I've neither time nor patience to wait around while you do it on foot. I hereby grant you permission to use the airship routes connecting the 3 city-states. This pass serves as proof of your privilege. Gone are the days when airship travel was available to all. The ever-present threat of the Imperial attack has forced us to impose drastic restrictions out of concern for public safety. These passes are only granted when circumstance demands it, as in this case. Though there were others who insisted you be granted one regardless. Aye, Chris. I am not alone in seeing it. Your potential is plain. But I have said enough. In the name of the Sultana, I bid you go forth. See for yourself the wonders of the realm for which the warriors of life risked all. Rise to your calling and fulfill your promise. And should your path be barred by man or beast, strike fast and true, for victory belongs to the bold. Now go, Chris, and heed the crystal's guidance should you ever lose your way. All right. So far, it looks like most, if not all, of the major cutscenes aren't, haven't really changed in terms of lines, but still, we're still in the early stages. All right, let's talk to Momody. Ah, back from your meeting with Reborn, are you? What does the big man have to say? Is that a fact? Personal envoy of the Flame General himself. So you'll be bearing the great man's words to the leaders of the Alliance, will you? And by airship? Bugger me. That's an honor and a half, that is. But I can't think of anyone who deserves it more. I'm proud of you, Chris. I truly am. Now, I dare say Reborn told you this, but not many people get to go on airships these days. In fact, most folk go to their graves having never once seen Eorzea from above. Poor buggers shuffle off to meet Thal, having never known the blues of Limsa Lominsa's shimmering seas, or the myriad greens of leafy Gridania. But not you, Chris. You'll see those sights and more. And everywhere you go, you'll find fascinating folk with fascinating tales to tell. The people you meet, the places you go. Savor these experiences. For they are priceless, all. Saying that, it'd be remiss of me if I didn't remind you to be careful out there. Oldai ain't the only place beset by troubles, as you'll discover when you visit Limsa and Gridania. Truth be told, that might well be exactly what the General wants you to realize. I think he knows what kind of man you are, Chris. And what kind's that, you ask? Why, the kind that can't resist sticking his nose in other people's business, of course. And don't you ever go changing. Safe travels, Chris. I'll see you when you get back. All right. All right, we're going up to the airship landing. The weird thing is I used to be so lazy about it. Greetings, sir. This is the reservation counter for passengers traveling to Limsa Lominsa. If I'm not mistaken, you are the Flame General's envoy, Chris Valentino, right? Yes? Highwind Skyways is at your service. Will you be flying with us today? Yeah, I think the face is a little different. I'm not sure, but... Alright, let's go! What am I doing? Oh. I reminded myself of my gladiator quest before I left. Because I kind of needed it for Shield Lob, I believe. Alright. Yep, Shield Lob. Knew it. Alright, let's do this. Attention, all passengers. The airship bound for Limsala Minsa is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. And off we go into the wild blue yonder. When we first met beneath the salted tree, I sensed there was something unusual about him. I wonder if they will feel the same. Godspeed, Chris! Godspeed! If I'm right, they'll be singing your praises from here to Farreach before long. May you always walk in the light of the crystal. And now for another cutscene. Back in Castrum Occident.
Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods. Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp. For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balthar.
Senior engineers, please report to Magitech research following scheduled inspection.
So far, we've gotten through the brunt of it.
Hey, is the Legatus really planning to take another tilt at Eorzea?
Hey? What hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Carteneau. What could the Legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus's plan.
And there's Nero.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Othard, my lord.
Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume?
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarium sees all.
And good night.
Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
At once, my lord.
Garland, soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
Well, the moon was actually up in that scene. And of course, it has to be foggy over in Limsa tonight. All right. Oh, other way. I did it. I made the same mistake last time, too. Ah, you must be the envoy from Ul'dah. Welcome to Limsa, sir. Admiral Bluefisman awaits your arrival. Alright, there's the honor guard. You are the Ul'dah envoy? Welcome to Limsa. The Admiral has been looking forward to your arrival. Please proceed to the Crow's Lift at your earliest convenience. It will take you to Bulwark Hall. Once there, pray speak with Xanthael. He'll be pleased to show you in to the Admiral's command room on the bridge. Cool. Bulwark Hall, here we come. And while normally I would say, nah. Greetings, sir. Welcome to our fair city. If you would permit me to examine the seal on the missive you carry. Yes, everything seems to be in order. My apologies. We cannot afford to be complacent, you understand. Please, step this way. Here we go.
Enter.
Hello, Admiral.
So the silver-tongued merchants send an adventurer to speak for them. It appears the Uldans place great faith in you. This way. I bid you welcome. I am Melve Blufisvin, Admiral of Limso Lominsa, and Commander of the Maelstrom. Now, what news from Thanalan?
I haven't done my Admiral voice in quite some time, so let's see if I still got it. A memorial service to honor the fallen. Seven hells. Has it been 5 years? 5 years since the Gallian Empire sought to wrest Eorzea from our grasp. It was an answer to the imperial threat that the city-states formed the Grand Companies and forged the Eorzean alliance anew. But Garlemald was not content to wager all on a simple contest of martial might. They had other plans. The Meteor Project. Legatus Nael van Darnis, Hell's Take Him, intended to cleanse our realm by snatching the lesser moon Dalamud from the heavens and casting it down upon our heads. Desperate to prevent this lunatic scheme, we marched with our forces to the Cartano Flats and there met the 7th Legion in battle. Never have I seen a fight like the Battle of Cartano, and I have seen full many. But though we gave the enemy no quarter, spared not one ounce of effort, we could not prevent what followed. From inside the shell of Dalamud came a winged nightmare, a dragon on the size of a bloody city. 'Twas the elder primal Bahamut, bent on making an 8th hell of Eorzea. In the space of a breath, the legions of the Empire were set aflame, while our own armies fared little better. 'Twas as if the whole world was burning. Words cannot well describe the scene. Yet, by some miracle, a few among us were spared. Even as I steeled myself for death, a blinding white light enveloped me, robbing me of my senses. When I regained them, the dragon was gone, and the still smoldering land was warped beyond all knowing. Were Archon Louisoix still with us, he would doubtless shed some light on these unfathomable happenings. Alas, he is not, and I fear we will want for his wisdom in the days to come. For while our nation struggled to recover from the devastation, the beastmen call forth their damned primals to torment us anew. Unless we put aside our differences and rebuild now, our forces will catch us unprepared. And I speak not only of the beastmen. Do not imagine that the Empire has forsaken its claim on Eorzea. The Imperials crowd our borders, waiting to strike. Damn it all. We need champions to replace those we lost. But such thoughts are worse than worthless. Time is short, and none will save us save ourselves. It is the duty of every soul who survived the calamity to work together for the good of Eorzea. And this memorial service may be the very thing to unite us. I, Raubon has the right of it. I accept his proposal. Your duty is done, adventurer. I will see to it that the Flame General receives my reply. You travel next to Gridania, yes? Pray, give my regards to the Elder Seedseer. Oh, and tell her the wolf has been sniffing around the stables. A private jest and one in poor taste, but I would have you tell it all the same. Fare you well, Chris. May the Navigator guide you on your journey. And I'm back. Now, I know I'm not using this any further beyond this, but might as well, right? It's right here. All right, now off to back to the airship landing. Greetings, sir. Yeah, I will. We might as well dodge that. So far, so standard. And here we are in Limsa. Okay. Ah, you must be the envoy from Ul'dah. Welcome to Gridania, sir. The Elder Seedseer awaits your arrival. Greetings, good sir. You're the Ul'dah envoy, are you not? I have received instructions to assist you. Pray, make your way into the city proper, and identify yourself as to the Conjurer at Nofika's altar. She will admit you to the Lotus Stand, where the Elder Seedseer awaits. Alright, first things first, I'm gonna make sure I attune to the Aetheryte. Okay, I'm pretty damn certain that the sprint regenerated faster. Right. You are the Ul'dah envoy? Begging your pardon, sir, but might I inspect the missive you bear? Verily, the seal Verily, this is the seal of the Supreme Commander of the Immortal Flames. Please, come with me.
So you are the Ul'dan envoy. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khan-E Senna, Elder Seedseer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company. I understand you bear a message from the Flame General.
Yep. Hey, and there's my old look. A remembrance service for the fallen of Cartano. Pray, tell me, adventurer, what do you know of our conflict with the Empire? It would seem my counterparts recounted the tale in some detail. That is well. A message from the Admiral? A wolf has been sniffing around her stables, you say? I see. Well, I shall be pleased to provide her with such counsel as I am able. But first, friend of my friend, I would tell you more of the Garlean threat. For the greater part of its history, Garlemald was not even among the most influential nations in Ilsabard, the northern continent. However, its innovations in the field of magitech some 50 years past helped to raise it from the depths of obscurity. Emboldened by this technology, it set about subjugating its neighbors, swiftly absorbing each into its ever-expanding territory. And when all of Ilsabard lay within its grasp, it turned its ravenous gaze upon Eorzea. Yet Garlemald's transformation did not come about by virtue of magitech alone. Its success owed much to the consummate leadership of its first and reigning emperor, Solus Zos Galvus, the man who built an empire in his own lifetime. Yet he has lived long, and after more than 80 winters, it is said that he grows frail, and ever more prone to illness. If rumors are to be believed, the matter of succession has destabilized the imperial court. This would explain the Empire's relative inactivity in recent years, which has granted us much-needed time to rebuild. Yet we cannot allow ourselves to become complacent, for Garlemald still maintains a presence in Eorzea, in the form of the 14th Imperial Legion. Commanding this great host is Legatus Gaius van Belsar, a man whose ambitions are well known to us. So long as he breathes Eorzean air, none of us may sleep easy. The calamity wreaks such devastation upon the realm that it has been all we could do to nurse our wounds. Never mind rebuild our defenses. Simply put, we have not the strength to repel the Empire. To add to our woes, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, whose very existence is a bane upon the land. Each nation is beset with its own primal problem. None has the resources to look beyond its own borders. The Admiral desires my counsel regarding a brazen wolf. She means to tell me that the Empire may soon resume its advance. Though the primals pose an undeniable threat to our survival, the threat posed by the Garleans is greater still. Clearly, each nation can no longer afford to think only of that which occurs within its borders. A storm gathers upon the horizon. If we are to weather it, we must needs stand united once more. A remembrance service may help to rekindle the spirit of unity which brought the peoples of Eorzea together when the Empire threatened their liberty. The Flame General was wise to make this proposal, and I wholeheartedly approve of it. The necessary provision shall be made for service here in Gridania. Your work is done, my friend. I shall send my reply to the Flame General forthwith. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safely home. And you may now make use of the airship routes. And we got the... Oh, yeah. And we got a wind-up airship minion. Alright. So, the envoy quest for Chris Valentino is finally done and over with. With that being said, we are going to take a quick break and we will be back with more. If you're watching on Twitch, stay tuned, but if you haven't done it yet, feel free to hit that follow button. If you're watching on YouTube and you like this video, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe by clicking here and click the bell icon for notifications. Click here to watch more. Click here to watch the full Blast from the Past trip down memory lane, and click here to watch the next episode when it comes out. See you in a bit.